we doing, everyone? And welcome to Movie Madness with Maka. We are back for yet another movie review. This time, Black Widow. You'll be able to see just behind me the View Cinema. Just got out probably about 10 minutes ago from watching this one. There was no way in hell I was watching it on Disney Plus for £20 when it's only a fiver to watch it over here. Got to be financially responsible in these days and ages. Let's do this. So, Black Widow, obviously everyone knows it's been, what, about a year and a bit delayed in getting to see this, thanks to everything that's been happening. But, I gotta say, I'm 50-50 in two minds on whether it was worth the wait or not. Now, the movie itself, it's an MCU film, so they know what they're doing now. We knew it was going to be pretty decent, and I can't have any complaints about that with it. I went into it kind of expecting it to, I don't know if I'd ever hyped it in my mind, because I was expecting after this long of a wait, like an absolute epic. And we got a decent film, a hell of a lot of action, first of all. But we all know about the backstory of Black Widow and, how she was raised and how much of an ass kicker she is. So I'm not in any way surprised by the action. And I have to admit, they delivered exactly what I wanted for the action, actually, to be honest. It was pretty decent. I love when you get films like with these kind of fight scenes and things where the hero can take an ass whooping as well as give one. Because half the time they try and make them look really immune and like nothing can hurt them and, and they're the best in the world and all that. It's nice when they can take some damage and show the humanity side. And we do get a bit of that in this film, but just the right measurements. The castings that we've had. So let's just go for the cast. So Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. Obviously, we've worked with her for years. Fantastic. Florence Pugh playing her sister. Fantastic casting. Haven't seen many films with Florence Pugh in because she's still quite relevant, relatively new to the Hollywood scene. But she is building her repertoire fantastically. And she was an absolute asset to this movie, in my opinion. Absolutely loved her in this one. Rachel Weisz playing the mother character. Fantastic. Her accent was pretty much flawless throughout this film. She gives off both the anti-hero and hero kind of vibes at the right moments. Can't complain. You got David Harbour, who most people will probably know from Stranger Things. That's where I know him from. And that terrible 2019 Hellboy reboot. But less said about that, the better. Playing the Red Guardian. Again, very much stellar casting. It gives us a lot of comedy when necessary. His accent, it dipped a bit at times, but it worked for the most part. And I think he was very well cast, and all four of these particular main characters had a lot of chemistry and a lot of badassery, I guess. I think that would be the best way to describe it. Absolutely stellar. Taskmaster. Now, this was one of the big mysteries that we've all been facing. Who was the Taskmaster gonna be? I think, for me, the way that they did the reveal and who they cast, not the actress or actor or whatever that they cast as Taskmaster, but just the way that they revealed it and what kind of character they used for it. It felt a bit cliche and overdone. It was the kind of thing we've seen. Basically, this is going to be a spoiler. So if you don't want to know about this, because you haven't seen the film yet, skip about 20-30 seconds. But basically, Ray Winston is playing the bad guy in charge of the Red Room. And basically, to try and kill him in an earlier scene with Hawkeye, Clint Barton, Black Widow sends his daughter in, an underage, about eight-year-old girl, I think, with a bomb in a bag. Blows them up, but then we find out that the Taskmaster is actually this guy's daughter that he's mind controlling. And it's like, we've seen this kind of thing 1,000 times before. It worked in the sense of how they managed to make it work. What they did with it in this film, it kind of works, but the premise is a bit cliche. Just for me, at least. But I'm not gonna deny that it does work with the way that they've done it. So, you know, there is some satisfaction to be had there. But I don't know, I was kind of expecting, you know, like some really dark, like bringing back a character that was beloved in the past, you know, like similar to like how they did with Winter Soldier. You know, like we saw Bucky in the first Captain America, and then he's brought back in the second as the bad guy, and then I was expecting something similar to that. I don't know why, just was. But anyhow, these things happen. The end credit scene that we get from this film, intriguing. Intriguing. Only in a sense of, I kind of got the sense that maybe Florence Pugh's character was going to become like a new Black Widow, Young Avengers, New Avengers kind of role. And then we get to the end and it's like, and again, this is going to be another spoiler. So if you don't want to know about the end credit scene, skip a bit or maybe end the video here, your choice. But basically the end credit scene for this one has his sister, shut up car, has her sister visiting her grave. So it shoots to after Black Widow has died. And it has her visiting her grave. She's still working as like a government agent kind of thing. And her handler hand delivers her next target on an iPad. And her next target is the man that killed her sister. Clint Barton, Hawkeye. Now, obviously, we know from watching the films what it is, but obviously in this film it's being portrayed to her as though he murdered her. So this is obviously going to tease the return of Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye in a future film. Obviously, we don't know what MCU film that's going to be in because we need to get a setup for the sister first. Like, you know, we're going to get a Hawkeye film on his own now where we see the aftermath of this, or we're going to get her introduced into a film and eventually she's going to take on Hawkeye, or is this going to be like a setup for the Hawkeye TV show? Because I know obviously Haley Steinfeld is playing the female version of Hawkeye. I can't remember the name. Kate Bishop, I think it is. So is this now going to be like an introduction to the TV show? You know, it leaves a lot of questions, this does. Leaves a lot of questions for me. But, yeah, that's pretty much the overall review of this. Because I really should plan these things better, but I just do them on the fly. So if you've seen this film, let me know down below. If you haven't seen this film, I apologise for the spoilers, but I do pre-warn. They may be included. And I would highly recommend checking out this film. But I would highly recommend checking it out at like a View Cinema or something for like a £5. Not because it's only worth a £5, but simply because why pay £20 to Disney Plus if you don't need to? You know what I mean? But hey diddly ho, that was everything I had for you on that one, folks. So until next time, stay safe. Have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, because it is night. Or whatever the hell it is, wherever the hell you are. Movie Madness, Maka out.